December 14th, 2012, Friday. This was the last full Friday the Alphas would have before their second vacation took place. They were all excited to hear their parents would be allowed to come to Alpha and see where they had been training and going to school. Since Friday wasn't a match day, the coaches decided to check the progress the Alphas had been making by retesting them. It started much the same as it did during their NDOC week. Classes were suspended and all students were to report in their new enhanced gray uniforms. Connors and the other coaches were anticipating big gains for their students. Smith never pushed his first Alpha team this hard. No other coach had. Connors knew he had a special team, and as far as he was concerned, they were going to set the pace for Alphas that others would have to keep up. Nearing 1600, the Alphas had done most of the tests they had done before, only much quicker. The only thing that was left was the flight test. All the flyers followed Connors, Spurs, and the techs out into the desert as before. "Cosmos, can you make us a flat space like you did before?" Lucy asked. Cosmos looked at the techs and Jack, who was with them. He felt into the sand underneath him and knew where the stands were that he buried last time. "You were over here last time." Cosmos pointed about 20 yards from where they had parked the Sparrow full of their equipment. "It doesn't matter. Can you just make us something?" Jack asked. "Sure." Cosmos made a flat slab with a roof extending over it. "Will that do?" "Perfect, thanks," Lucy said. "Coach, can I make a place for everyone to sit like I did before?" Connors shrugged and said, "Sure, just so long as it's not in the way." Cosmos reached out with his power and pulled his old creation to the surface. Sand rushed off the old structure as it rose into the air. "Hey, are those the same stands you made last time?" Darkspeed asked. "Yeah, I thought it was too nice to just destroy, so I buried it. I didn't know that we would be using it again so fast," Cosmos said. "Dude, that was 5 months ago," Olympian said. "Yeah, that was forever ago," she said. "Seems like just earlier today," Connors said. "Maybe to a senior citizen like yourself," Olympian said. Connors looked hard at the young hitter and said, "You'll be lucky to live as long as me, especially with that mouth getting you in trouble." "Olympian, why don't you just go find a place to sit in the stands?" Darkspeed said. "I thought we were supposed to stay together. You know, never alone and all," Olympian said. "Then we'll all go up," Darkspeed said as he hand motioned for Virtuoso to transport the non-flyers. "Did you need me to go out and check the obstacles in the field?" Cosmos asked. "I did them late last night. Besides, you can't see the setup. You're flying today," Connors said. "I am? In space too?" "I know that thing freaked you out, and I know it still bugs you. But as the anchor of first team, you're going to have to get over that. I could get a counselor or something to talk to you, but I think you just need to get out there and do it. You know you won't be hurt. You know it. You just need to do it." Cosmos forced a smile and said, "I'd best get up by my teammates." Spurs called all the flyers down to a line drawn in the sand. "You all know the drill. On go, you go out to the beacon, around and back. Everyone set? 3, 2, 1, go!" In the blink of an eye, lightning crossed back across the line, followed closely by a huge sonic boom. Several other flyers crossed the finish line in the following moments. "Who won?" she asked. "Ion was first. After that, I don't know." "Virtuoso, who were the top 7? Darkspeed asked. The text read that it was Ion, Olympian, Cosmos, Kinetic, Ranger, Glimmer, and Orbit, Virtuoso said. "Saber's out of the money," Darkspeed yelled out loud for his friend. "Don't feel bad for him. He's come a long way," Bioforce said. "We all have," Darkspeed said. "Glimmer beat Orbit this time," she said. "Orbit's fast on the straightaway, but maneuvering is harder for her. Glimmer has been accelerating at everything," Bioforce said. "Yeah, I noticed a big improvement in her since she started working out more with us," Darkspeed said. The 7 that finished fastest were then set to go through the desert obstacle course. Spurs didn't wait or give them time to think about it. He did a quick countdown and they were off. Ion came back across the finish line first, followed by Kinetic, Olympian, Cosmos, Ranger, Glimmer, and Orbit. The coaches and the techs began talking amongst themselves as they looked at the results. "How was Cosmos able to keep up with Olympian?" Eclipse asked from a few seats over. "He used his Omni power to cancel inertia in the bubble. Look how he stands in the thing when he's moving so fast." "He moves that thing as fast as he can think," Darkspeed said. "Yeah, and he's not afraid of bumping into anything when he's going that fast," she said. "Like when he busted up the side of the pit," Eclipse said in agreement. "Just like that." Olympian, you're on deck, Spurs said out loud. Connors walked over and stood next to him in the sand. When we hit space, really open it up. You won't lose me, all right? I'll give it my best. Olympian didn't make eye contact with his coach. He was busy envisioning the flight. Olympian started to feel his adrenaline flow free in his veins. He's doing that thing he does when he's going to fight, Virtuoso said. I wish I could just turn it on and off like him, Bioforce said. I swear he does that and it's like I'm reading someone else. Like an alter ego that doesn't feel pain or hesitate in a fight. That's why he's such a good hitter, Darkspeed said. You don't get it. When he does that, he really thinks he's invincible. Like nothing he tries will ever fail or backfire. Like I said, that's why he's such a good hitter. Olympian rocketed into the sky with Connors following him. The techs were scrambling as they tried to keep up with the instruments. What's happening? Darkspeed asked. As soon as he left the atmosphere, he broke the speed of light. He's at 3 times light speed now, Virtuoso said. Isn't that what he hit before? She said. 5 times, 7 times, 8 times, 9 times, 11 times, 12 times, 12.4 times, 12.7 times, 12.9 times, 13 times, 13.1. He's starting to slow down. That's awesome, Bioforce said. He's signing to Connors, Virtuoso said as she listened to his thoughts from far away. He wants to test the in-flight navigation system to see if it can show him the way back from space. How far out did he get? Bioforce asked. He's got supervision. Can he see back? Darkspeed asked. Yeah, he can because he knows to turn around and look this way. If he got turned around in deep space, it's hard to know where to look. He's just testing the system, Virtuoso said. Here they come, Darkspeed said as he watched them touch down. Cosmos, you're up, Spurs said. Cosmos seemed visibly shaken by the idea of going into space. Is this something I have to do? He asked Connors in a low voice. Remember what I said about people never looking at you the same? Your friends that are watching don't believe you're afraid of anything. Don't let them see the chink in your armor, Connors said. You'll stay close to me? I'll ride in the bubble with you if you like. I think that would be good. Cosmos pulled his hood over his head and checked his suit's pressurization. Connors stepped next to Cosmos as he willed a force bubble into existence around them. The bubble took off from the ground at a much slower pace than Cosmos was capable of. In space, Connors was still able to talk to Cosmos because of the air in the bubble. I know how to find our way back, so don't worry about getting lost. See that star over there? Connors asked. Yes, I see it, Cosmos answered. It's about 12 light years away. Take us there as fast as you can. Are you being funny? Your Omni power will let you travel as fast as you wish to. Now go, Connors said with a little force to get Cosmos moving. The bubble started moving through space at a moderate speed. Cosmos felt like the time he learned how to swim. The fear of not being in control was sweeping over him. The longer it takes to get there, the longer you're in space. At this rate, we'll still be here when everyone else has graduated from Alpha. Cosmos started to push a little faster, and then a little faster. He didn't know how fast he was going until he looked backward and didn't see the Earth anymore. How far have we gone? Less than 1% of the way there. Let's get this over with already. Cosmos finally put some real force behind his thoughts. Immediately, he saw the star in front of him grow in size. Now what? Loop around it a few times and we'll head back, Connors said as he pointed a path with his hands. Okay, which way is home? You tell me. Don't be funny. I'm not. Use your power to feel something you know well. Try to feel your armor in the dorm room. Don't feel in one direction, just feel outward, Connors said in a soothing voice. Cosmos closed his eyes and felt with his power quietly. Hey, it's that way, Cosmos said as he pointed to a star in the distance. Exactly. Now take us home. What do you mean they're gone? Darkspeed asked.